Hi friends, welcome to another First Look. Hey, today we're going to take a first look at an old friend, and that old friend is Springfield Armory's Mil-Spec 1911, one of my favorite guns. Now, I know, another 1911, except this is kind of almost like the original 1911. I think if John Browning were alive today, he would shoot this gun, he would look at this gun, he would take it apart, he'd measure everything, and he would pronounce it exactly as it should be. You know, I don't say that lightly either, and the reason for that is I've probably had 12 or 15 of these guns in my hands over the years, from the earliest iteration of them until this absolute current production model, and all they've done is get better and better and better in each generation. Why do I like this gun so much though, and why are we revisiting what's arguably, you know, something pretty old school? Well, I've got a World War II era 1911 A1, which looks very much like this one, except when you actually compare the two of them, you can see how the new production Mil-Spec from Springfield Armory, you know, really shows the benefits of this sort of modern CNC production, modern metallurgy, taking advantage of new engineering ideas. For instance, this has a match grade barrel. You know, the World War II gun doesn't. And frankly, I fired the two guns side by side, and the World War II gun, you know, 3.5, 4 inches at 25 yards if I behave myself. This gun here is more like 1.5 inches. It comes in 45 ACP, of course. John Browning would be proud. The slide is forged carbon steel. It's parkerized, just like you would expect it to be. They call this a black parkerizing. I mean, it's maybe more of a dark gray to my eye. Frame is forged carbon steel, also parkerized. The grips are called wood composite, but they look pretty good. Just like a classic 1911, it's 8.6 inches overall and has a 5-inch forged, now in this case, stainless steel match grade barrel with a 1-in-16 rifling twist, which is about right. Sights are bigger than a stock World War II era Colt, and they're kind of a fixed combat 3-dot sight. It comes with one 7-round magazine, and it's got this short, kind of classic military style trigger in it. Okay, we're set up here at about 18 yards. I've got 5 rounds in the gun. Let's shoot it, see what happens. Here we go. Well, I'd like to make excuses and say the gun sights were off or the trigger was terrible or something like that, but I can't because the sights are really good, the trigger's really good. I absolutely pulled that one. I remember when I squeezed the trigger, I went, uh-oh. So what we've got is 4 shots here. We have this little game we play here, which is if you shoot a 5-round group, take the 2 worst shots out of it, and what remains usually is pretty close to what the gun can shoot up to, depending on, you know, what else is going on with ammunition and stuff. But in this situation, if we take this shot and this shot out of the group, and we'll call that the sort of human error element, then what remains is closer to the mechanical accuracy of a gun. And so in this case, I think that 1.5 inch to 2 inches at 25 yards would probably be just absolutely spot on. And all that in a dead stock, basic Springfield Armory Mil-Spec pistol. Well, there you have it, a kind of retro first look at an old friend here. I think for $640 at full MSRP, you just really can't go wrong. I mean, you get a gun that's going to shoot sub 2 inches, more than likely 1.5 inches, especially with the right ammo when you find it. And that's part of the fun, is the journey. But I think you just can't beat this with a stick. Springfield Armory Mil-Spec. If you wish you had a mint condition World War II era A1, well, there it is. Thanks a lot, and hey, remember the 4 firearm safety rules and take a new shooter shooting, would you? You take care.